So the first step in today's video is we have to brine our turkey breast. So here we have a half gallon of water, and here we have a half a cup of Cosmo's Dirty Bird turkey brine. Go ahead and add that in. Now it's really important that we mix this all together, so I'm just gonna sit here like this for probably about a good 3 minutes. And I just wanna stir this the best that I can, because the better that you can get the seasoning incorporated into the water, the better that your brine will actually work. The science behind this is that the water kind of infuses with the seasonings, and then it kind of soaks into the meat. The brine will keep your turkey very tender, moist, and add a lot of really great flavor. If you don't mix this really well, what will happen is your turkey will just kind of be sitting in some brown water, and all the seasonings and spices will fall to the bottom of whatever kind of container that you're using it in. So we want to go ahead and make sure this is well incorporated. I'm going to come back when I'm done mixing in a few minutes. I'll see you guys soon. So here we have our turkey breast. It's just a big old lump of meat, and this is boneless, but it does still have the skin on. So I'm gonna smoke it with the skin on today. This is 3 pounds right here, so this will make a nice bit of turkey. Now, since this is 3 pounds on the package, it recommends that you do 1 hour per pound. So we're gonna put this in the brine for 3 hours. So I'm just gonna go ahead and simply lay this down in here, kind of shake it up a little bit, make sure it gets covered in all that seasoning, all that yummy goodness. And then this will go back in the fridge for a total of 3 hours, and then I'll see you for the next step. So it's been 3 hours now and our turkey is fully brined. The next step in the process is we're gonna go over to our sink, we're gonna dump out all of this juice, take out our turkey, and we wanna rinse it with just some cold or lukewarm water. Be sure to have your water pressure very low so that way it doesn't splatter around a bunch of turkey juices. Now that it's rinsed off, go ahead and get some sort of pan, put some tinfoil on it, and then put a wire rack over that. So now we're gonna take our turkey, put it on a rack, maybe eat a pickle, then we're gonna put it in our fridge for 4 to 6 hours. All right, you guys, I just got this out of the fridge. It's been about 4 hours. It's time to season up our turkey. Today we're gonna be using Killer Hog's TX brisket rub. This thing also goes really good on like steaks, turkey, things like that. Really, it's just thick salt, thick pepper, and some other little spices. So let's go ahead and season it up. So let's go ahead and pop this with a nice medium coat of our seasoning today. I don't wanna add in too much seasoning. I want the turkey to kind of speak for itself. But I also, at the very same time, want this to have a good bit of seasoning. I would say this is a good medium coat. We're gonna call this good right here. I'm very happy with it. Now we're gonna flip this over so that the skin side is up, because this is how we're gonna go onto our smoker today. And I wanna stretch out the skin to make sure that everything is nice and covered. And then I'm just gonna repeat the same process that I did on the other side. I'm gonna go ahead and get a nice little medium coat all the way across this turkey breast. And this, honestly, is starting to look really good to me. I'm gonna go ahead and call it one right here. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and pat this in and make sure it sticks, and we're ready for the smoker. Now we are all seasoned up, ready for the smoker, but first we gotta fire it up. Today we are using the Pit Boss Austin XL, and we're gonna be using hickory pellets. So go ahead and fill up your hopper. Then we're gonna crank it up to 250 degrees. When you first start off the Pit Boss, it lets out a lot of dirty smoke, so we're gonna open up the lid and fan some of that out. Then once it's all cleared out, we're gonna go ahead and shut down our lid and wait for our smoker to come up to the right internal temperature of 250 degrees. Now our smoker's pushing out some nice clean smoke. I'm gonna go ahead and insert my meat stick. This meat stick is absolutely amazing. It is a wireless Bluetooth probe that goes into your meat and sends a signal right to your phone to let you know the internal temperature of your meat and also the ambient temperature of your smoker. So now we're gonna take our meat stick and we wanna insert it halfway through our turkey breast into the thickest part, and then we just wanna make sure that it's seated in there all the way. Now we're good for the smoker. Let's go outside. Now I'm gonna open up my smoker and I'm gonna go ahead and put this turkey breast right in the center on my wire rack. We're gonna go ahead and get it shut down, and I'll come out and check it at the 1 hour mark. All right, guys, right now we are at 125 degrees for our internal temperature, and we've been on for about 1 hour and 10 minutes. I melted down a whole entire stick of butter, didn't put any seasoning or spices in there. I'm just gonna keep this basic. We're gonna go ahead and drizzle this over our turkey now. This is gonna help it keep that skin really nice and crispy throughout our cook, so that way it's not soggy at the end. So let's open up our Pit Boss and get to work. All right, so let's go ahead and open this up, and wow, we are looking really, really nice. It's starting to build a nice little crust. But I'm just gonna go ahead now, and I'm just gonna take this, and I'm just gonna start to drizzle. I want to drizzle all over this turkey breast. We're gonna do this a few more times throughout this cook. Oh yeah, look at that. I just want to paint it up real nice and pretty with all this butter. Yeah, this is gonna give us a nice crispy skin when we're finished and done at the end. That's exactly what we want. So I'm gonna come out in 30 more minutes and do the same thing. I'll see you then. Okay, you guys, it's been another 30 minutes on our cook. We're about an hour and 45 minutes in. I'm gonna go ahead and base this again. As you guys can see, we are at about 149 degrees. So we don't have too much longer to go. I might be able to get in one more base before this is over with. Let's open up our pit and get some butter on it. Take a look at our turkey. This is starting to look absolutely delicious. Let's get a nice little bit of butter on here this time. I'm just gonna go ahead and just plop it out. Look at that. Just gonna brush that on there a little bit. This is gonna help crisp up our skin. It's looking nice. Wow. Okay guys, I'm gonna throw a little bit on here. I'll save a little bit for right before we go to pull it off. Let's go ahead and shut it down and let it do its thing. So the internal temp of our turkey just hit 160. It only has a few more degrees to go. I'm actually gonna cook it all the way to 165 and then pull it. I'm sure I could pull it right now, but I'm gonna put a little bit of butter on it for the last 5-10 minutes. It has to be on the smoker. I'll pull it at 165, then we'll slice into it. So let's put some more butter on. I'm just gonna take the rest of this butter. Oh, my butter got a little bit cold. Oh yeah, look at that. So I guess make sure your butter's warm for the whole thing. That'll probably help. Okay, now we're just gonna baste on this little last bit of butter we have. So I put a whole entire stick on here. So we put a whole lot of butter on here, but this is starting to brown up really nice, just the way that I want it. I'm hoping this last few minutes of heat really do it a little bit of magic. But other than that, guys, happy Thanksgiving. Let's eat good this year. Let's get fat and happy. And we're gonna call it good here. I'll shut it down for the last few minutes, and then I'll see you when it's done. We are 2 hours and about 22 minutes into our cook, as you guys can see on the screen. It's at 163 and it's honestly been hovering there for a good couple minutes. So I decided I'm just gonna pull it right here. I know it's gonna carry over those 2 degrees. It's been sitting above 160 for a few minutes, so I know it's probably safe to eat. I don't wanna overcook this and let it dry out. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull it right here at 163. And if you guys think this app is super cool and this meat stick is super cool, I actually have a link down in the description where you guys can buy one. It would support me and help me out as the channel. Doesn't cost anything extra to you guys, but hey, it helps me out a little bit. So let's go ahead and pull this turkey off, take it inside, do some nice little B-roll shots in the thumbnail, then we'll get to dig into it. All right, so we have our turkey all smoked up. We are back inside now. The reason why I'm in my living room is because my mom is actually here and she is watching our kids. She's over in the kitchen. We have a little baby gate set up, so that way we can do filming now instead of later at night. So shout out to mom, thank you, and you'll get free turkey as a reward. So now there's nothing left to do other than to cut into this turkey and take a bite. But before we do, come and take a look at what we got. This turkey crisped up super nice and it's built a really nice crust and outer layer with that seasoning. I'm sure it's packed full of flavor, but there's only one way to find out. We gotta cut into it. All right, so I'm just gonna go straight beast man mode. I'm just gonna pick a spot. We're just gonna cut in. Oh boy, I can smell something beautiful here. And take a look at our turkey. We have a beautiful smoke ring on the outside. You can see where our little probe was. It's super moist and tender. I can just feel it when I press my knife into it. I can see the juices coming out around it. Let's slice into it. So let's go ahead and get a couple slices of our turkey out. Guys, this turned out great. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope you guys have a good one. Whatever it is that you decided to cook. I really love the smell of this turkey. I'm only slicing up one more, guys, and that's it. We're gonna take a bite. So take a look at our turkey. There is no recap today. I haven't done a recap in like the last 3 of my videos because I'm fat and happy and I'm ready to take a bite. So let's go. Forget your mom and dad's house, you're coming to my house for Thanksgiving. Our brine did a perfect job at keeping, especially of all things, the breast super moist and tender. And the flavor that it added so deep into this turkey, along with how moist and tender it was with that outer layer of the salt and pepper crust. I just watched Malcolm Reed's video the other day when he made his turkey. If you don't know who he is, just Google his name, YouTube his name. He's an awesome barbecue guy. And at the end of his video, he was like, why don't we eat turkey more often? This is so good. And as I was listening to that, I had the same revelation. I'm like, why? Why do we eat turkey once a year? Why can't we do it once a quarter? Why do we eat hams once a year? We do it on Easter, you know, maybe Christmas, but we should do turkey at least like once a quarter. We should make that a thing. We get 4 Thanksgivings a year, at least on my YouTube channel. I'll try to give you 4 Thanksgivings a year. I just want to say thank you guys for watching this video, for subscribing, for commenting. I appreciate all you guys. Sorry if you've heard my kid this whole time. He's over there tweaking out. He's a happy little boy. He's very vocal, just like his dad. So make this, share it with your friends, especially your family on Thanksgiving. Like, look at my kid. He's like, yes, share it with your family on Thanksgiving. If you guys want that meat stick, got the link down in the description. It helped me out a lot. I'd appreciate it. So with all that being said, I hope you have a great day, night, whatever time it is when you have found this video. And as always, I'll see you in my next turkey. Peace.